Hi and welcome to my Playhouse, and today we have a little Sunday video for you, or I have a Sunday video for you. I am getting very close to 50,000 subscribers, so I was kind of trying to plan a little bit for that, and I found some old footage that I filmed almost 10 years ago, back in 2010. When I thought that I was gonna be starting a YouTube channel, because I was watching other YouTube channels and was very fascinated. At the time being, I was very into the channel that was called Green Power Science, and yeah, I wanted to do something similar. So I actually took this camera, which I still have, and I started doing a video. And I was gonna make my own channel back in 2010. I did more or less, I did the entire video, and then I wanted to edit it, and that was when the project halted at that place. I thought that I was gonna be editing this in Adobe Photoshop. That's not what it's called, Adobe Premiere, and I believe I also installed a version of that. And then I started to try and import the video files from this camera, which is shit. So the project died, and I never got to upload that video because I didn't want to upload it without editing it, because, well, very first video is usually not very good, which you will see. That's why I'm doing this video. You get to see the very first video I ever did for YouTube that never ended on YouTube before today. The editing software kind of kicked me off the road there. So when I later, back in 2014, thought that I really wanted to go this route, I thought to myself, I need something that is bulletproof, something that I can figure out, and something that doesn't take away. I have to do the videos, I don't have to spend or misuse time on editing and all that jazz. It's more important to get the videos out there than them being perfect, which I was seeing at some other channels. They had tremendous success with some really poor video quality videos. So I thought, yeah, it's more important to get the videos out there than them being 100% perfect, which you can kind of say that I'm still doing, because this angle, for example, is boring as hell, right? So we better mix that up. Ta-da! But yeah, back in 2010, I thought that my channel should be about my house. And I also thought that back in 2014. So the first video I ever did was me replacing the windows in my basement, which you will see shortly. So yeah, maybe we should just jump to that video. And disclaimer, I have edited this today, kind of. I was gonna do something with my 50,000 subscribers when I reached that, but after watching this, it was too slow. It was kind of boring-ish for that event. I think it will be very interesting to see. For probably the most dedicated subscribers will enjoy this. Everybody else is probably not gonna. Well, you can skip this video. I don't mind. This is for the dedicated subscribers that like to see everything and also want to see how or where I didn't start, but tried to start. And 4 years passed before, maybe only 3.5, but well, have to make it sound good. From this video was recorded and until I actually uploaded the first video that I posted on my channel and started the channel, even changed the name, which I don't know, both of them are pretty lame. But let's cut to the video and I will say goodbye afterwards. So 2010 Morten with crooked teeth and still practicing English. So yeah, go ahead.
Hi, hello there. I am Morten Hjort, and I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos and kind of wanted to try to make my own. Especially I've been watching Green Power Science with Dan and Denise Rohan, and those are really cool. I'll try and see if I can't link that up there somewhere. never tried that before, but that should be the link to their site. So press that. And I will try to make a little rip-off program, and I will call it Green Savings, and I'll try to make some videos about how to save your power, and because when you save power, you well, it's good if you don't use as much. So I'll try to make some videos about that, and I'm gonna start by showing you how to save money on heat and power. Those two things often come together. It's always good to save on heat. And I'm from Denmark, and in Denmark it's not very hot. Not nearly as hot as many other places in the world, so we don't have as much sun power as some other places, but we have a lot of wind. So we're gonna be watching a little about that later on. But today I'm changing windows, and I'm gonna start by showing you my old house. It's kind of an experiment. I got this old house, and it's kind of a weekend project. So I go to my old house and I try to fix it up as good as possible. So let's go see that. So back inside again, and the two windows that I'm gonna change in the basement, they are made of iron and one layer of glass, and they are not very power efficient. The heat just goes right through them, and they are the reason that there is covers outside is because they are so when the wind blows, it blows right in through them. So what I got is new windows, and these are the new windows, and I bought these. Actually, I bought them in Germany. I bought them in Denmark, but I picked them up in Germany, and that's because I saved a little money there by ordering them in Denmark and driving over the border to Germany and picking up the windows and going back home. I saved about 25%, but they're pretty expensive anyway, because normally windows are square, but these windows have this curve in the front of them, right there, and that was very expensive because they had to be specially made, and that really put up the price. A window like that would normally cost about, I guess, about $200, but because of the curve they cost about $500 each, and that's a lot of money. And the new windows I'm gonna install down here in the basement is it's state of the art in power saving windows. It's 2 layers of glass, and they're very power efficient. Instead of those iron windows with 1 layer of glass, this is plastic windows, and they have 2 layers of glass and not oxygen but some other gas inside between the glass that is not very good at delivering the heat through it, so it's very power consuming. You can see it. These are the windows, and they have that curve, this curve at the top of it, and I'm afraid to say that really kicked up the price. These windows would probably cost around $200 if they were just square windows, but because they are with this curve, they cost about $500, specially made in Germany. Just picked them up today, so let's go install them. I have changed into some work clothes, and I'm now gonna start taking down the old window. But before I do that, I will remove all these things that I have in front of it to give me a little more room, and I expect that they might get a little dirty too when I start working here. But I'm gonna start outside and removing the glass in front of the window. Very old window. Might have to paint that too. So that's nice and special. There's a spider here. I don't know if you can see it. There's one more over here. They're rather big. Yeah. Creepy. Okay, the old window, it comes right off. It opens like this, and you can just lift it up and it comes right out. The frame is a little more difficult. I don't know how to get that off yet, but I expect it will be with a hammer and scissors. But I'm just gonna take off the window. Okay, that's that. I'm just gonna see if the new one fits before I break anything else. I think that's gonna work pretty fine. So I'll go ahead and take out the rest. I'll take out the rest and get back to you then. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you that was a piece of cake, because it was actually very crappy work, and it left some mess in the house. So I'll start up by fixing that. Well, now I've cleaned up my window frame with a vacuum cleaner, and I'm gonna use this PU foam for attaching my window so that it sits nice and tight. But before I do that, I'm gonna water down the frame, and that makes the foam stick a little more neatly. It gives a better attachment. So I'm gonna do that. That's about that. Okay, I just attached the windows loosely with these clamps, and I'm gonna go outside and see how that looks, because that's probably more important. I have tried to eye out this so that it's so straight as possible. Straight as possible. But, well, let's see. Well, it doesn't look that bad. I can fix this. I'm putting on the foam now, and it's a messy job, and it has to be done very carefully, not to get foam out everywhere. And it will probably get there anyway. Well, even though I tried very hard not to use very much, it's everywhere. It just expands really much. I'll take it off when it's getting hard. It's a very stupid idea to start tampering with it now. It's really shitty to work with. I know, it looks terrible. It's gonna be alright. Well, the foam is it's about dry now. It has been sitting on for, well, almost an hour. I'm just cutting it off with a knife and removing it. It's still a little sticky inside. I maybe ought to wait another hour or so, but I just can't wait to see what it looks like. So I'm just removing it. Well, now I have been cleaning up the window a bit, taking off all the foam, and you can see it in the background. Only need to take off the plastic that protects the window. While this foam was drying up, I cheated and I did the other window, and it's over here. Over here is the other window, right behind me, and it's still drying up. So I was able to do that much quicker because I didn't have to mess up quite as much. So I'll be having 2 new windows in my creepy basement. That's nice. Very nice windows. Yeah, so 9 years later, I can tell you that these windows are still doing great. The whole environment in the basement changed a lot when I replaced these. Before it was really cold down here and windy, kind of fresh, but very cold and windy. And since then, it has become a much nicer place to work and make a mess and so on. So it all started on this camera, and actually also back in 2014 I also started on this camera, and I believe it did the first 200 videos or something like that on my channel before I changed to this camera, which is oh, what is that? Panasonic something. A Panasonic. Yeah, they hide that really well. But yeah, 4K camera, it has been doing really well. I record everything in 4K and then I downscale it to HD, just because no one has ever complained about anything not being 4K. I actually do the first video every year, I do in 4K and upload it in 4K just to
have no idea, just 2. So yeah, that was my start on YouTube, and I hope you kind of enjoy that. I'm so sad that I never got that going back then in 2010. 2010 to 2014 was some golden years for YouTubers, and I wasn't a part of that. So looking in the clear rear mirror, that was a mistake. I should have just edited the video in... Oh, I ended up editing all my videos in Movie Maker back in 2014. You can still see leftovers of that. At the start of the video, there is those menus in the bottom. I stole those from Movie Maker. And also, if I do a comment in the video, that's also a Movie Maker thing that I stole, just to keep that in. So yeah, I did that. I did change to some other editing software. At the time, it was called Sony Movie Studio 13 Platinum. I bought that. It was $79, not too expensive, but it was a very easy piece of software to edit in. And my goal was I wanted a piece of software that could do picture on picture, because Movie Maker could not do that, and that was really irritating for me, that I couldn't do that, like put in an overlay photo if I was talking about something. Instead of showing this box, I could just go to the internet and steal a photo of it, and you could just like that, and Movie Maker, well, couldn't do that. So that was one of the functions that I really wanted. Plus, Movie Maker was with my kind of big videos was kind of getting pretty unstable and causing me a lot of problems. So yeah, I switched that up, and with the new editing software, I also got the ability to do GPU accelerated rendering, which helped a lot, especially back when I was editing on a slow PC. GPU card really kicked that, so that was cool. I will really enjoy reading your comments about how you think I acted back in 2010. A few years has been added to the clock since then. I could see that. What a handsome dude. I also think he had more hair than me. But thank you very much for being a dedicated subscriber and watching all my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. And have a really nice day. Bye bye.